Hey everyone, I'm Amanda Kuhl from Fox 56 Sports, and welcome to Week 5 of high school football here on MyTV WQMY. Tonight, it's a Division I showdown in the Lackawanna Football Conference. North Pocono is off to their best start since 2009 when they finished 9-2 and won a share of the division title. Since then, the Trojans have gone 12-40. Scranton Prep started this season in the same exact way they did last year, with 3 wins and then a loss to Scranton. After the loss to the Cavaliers, they easily beat North Pocono 32-7, finishing the season 8-2 in the division. And Scranton Prep coach Nick Donato was the head coach at North Pocono for 14 seasons, where he won 111 games and the Eastern Conference Final in 1991. That'll do it for tonight's pre-show. We'll see you at halftime for a look at next week's game and a special feature on triplets from Bloomsburg High School that recently committed to 3 different Division I schools to play field hockey. We'll find out where they're heading, and we'll also take a look at this weekend's college football schedule on MyTV. Now let's get you out to this week's matchup with Bob, John, and Aaron.
North Pocono is coming off of their first loss of the season. The Trojans will have to rely on their experience to rebound this week.
I don't think there's any substitution for seniors making plays when it matters, and we finally have them, and hopefully they can continue that on.
Scranton Prep also lost for the first time last week. The Cavaliers are fully aware of the threat the Trojans will possess.
And I don't really think it's coach talk. I think all the coaches in our league feel the same way, that you can get beat in any week if you're not ready in our division.
It's North Pocono and Scranton Prep. Next.
He's got a lot of room. He's going to reach for his own. He gets in. One guy to score. Switches hands, and see you later. He is
Fox 56 Sports presents the rivalry of the week on MyTV WQMY.
And the celebration starts.
Winners go along the sideline.
He's got touchdown. That could be the one.
Memorial Stadium in Scranton, where tonight the Lackawanna Football Conference takes center stage as North Pocono battles Scranton Prep. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Hyde, and welcome to a special edition here on MyTV of Thursday night high school football. Joining me from the Fox 56 Sports Show, Aaron Dugan will be on the sidelines, and John Mendola will be in the booth. And John, let's talk about North Pocono first. Started out 3-0, lost to West Scranton last week. The running game, though, over the last 2 weeks has not been there at all. They need a big game tonight from our Nightwell Drilling spotlight player, Matt Kelly.
Well, Matt's one of those guys. He's a scat back. You know, he's 5'9", maybe 160 pounds, if that. And he's a guy that's going to have to get some yardage. 300 yards this year, only 4 touchdowns. Going to have to try to get behind that offensive line, see if he gets some big yards tied against a good Scranton Prep defense.
Yeah. Scranton Prep looked like the team to beat early on. They started out 3-0, lost to Scranton High School on this field a week ago. But Tyler Stefersky's having a great year from the fullback position.
He's a huge kid, 6'2", 250 pounds or so. He'll run you over, run through you. He'll do it all. Tyler's one of those guys, 300 yards this year, 6 touchdowns, and a guy that he gets better as the game goes on.
Off and on drizzle all over Scranton tonight. Will it remain that way? Let's check in now with our meteorologist, Josh Odell.
Thanks, Bob, for the game tonight here. North Pocono at Scranton Prep here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. I have some good news and maybe not so good news. The good news is I can't rule out an isolated rain shower, but really I think most of the game will be dry. The not so good news, it will be breezy and cool, mid and upper 50s. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to you soon, Bob.
Thank you, Josh. It's a special edition of high school football Thursday night. North Pocono taking on Scranton Prep. Well, the opening lineups and the kickoff on the way.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
The sun has made a brief appearance over Valor Field at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. It's turned out to be a beautiful evening as we get set for North Pocono and Scranton Prep. Both teams are about to take the field. Here come the Trojans, coming off a loss a week ago to West Scranton. And on the other side, the Cavaliers looking to rebound after their tough loss to Scranton High School. Welcome back, everyone. We are inside the Besco Glass press box. Glad you could join us for high school football on Thursday night. The third member of our crew tonight, as always, Aaron Dugan.
Well, Bob, you're going to see two good quarterbacks out there tonight, but two quarterbacks with completely different levels of experience. We'll take a look now at our John's Precision Auto Body quarterback comparison. Jake Ryan, he's a junior. His first season as a starter, he has some good numbers, but what the line prep has, they don't need him making those big pass plays. But with Luke Fetter, he's a four-year starter with a lot of experience, 16 touchdowns, just under 2,000 yards on the career. So expect to see not only some good plays, but some leadership out of him tonight. And as you can see, it is raining, so we'll see how that affects things tonight on the field, guys.
Yeah, the wind has picked up, so we'll see a lot of running game, I'm sure. Scranton Prep, John, won the toss. They elect to, of course, receive. So the Trojans from North Pocono and J.P. Walsh have it teed up, and we're ready to go here on Thursday. Taken by Prep, Mario Giannone, and they'll have good field position to start their first possession up past the 30-yard line. Here now, your Northwoods Nissan starting lineup. Justin Weckel returns after an injury in the first game. He's rushed for only 25 yards, but he does average over 4 yards a carry. David Horvath, the leading receiver, 10 catches on the year. He has a touchdown. And up front, probably the biggest line maybe in the division, Corey Christian anchors that. He's 6'4", 270 pounds. So we had a penalty. So the ball is back to the 24-yard line, John, and that's where we'll see this Prep offense that comes in, averaging about 368 yards per game, mostly on the ground.
Yeah, that offensive line is pretty much the defensive line. So, you know, these guys have been doing it this point in the season. Here we are at the halfway point. So they got some good wind in their lungs and can go at it every day, but they'll run up and down that field.
Start off with Jake Ryan to receive. Wobbly pass, almost caught by the tight end Chris O'Brien. Kind of surprised Prep comes out with a pass to begin.
And I think that maybe the element of surprise is let's go up on them early. Scranton Prep, instead of taking to the ground, goes to the air. I thought Ryan could have kept that one. He had a lot of room out there. He decided to try to get it in a small window. Made a nice tight pass. Tight end's got to pull it in.
Did have some pressure coming in. So second down on the way. Prep coming in, running for 250 yards per game. Throw for about 118. Empty backfield. Ryan does keep. Gets good blocking. First down and more. 16 yards for Jake Ryan up to the 40.
Well, I think Nick Donato, he's got a plan for Jake Ryan as the year goes on. He really is efficient with his passing. Doesn't pass a whole lot of game. But now if he could get him running a little bit, just brings another element to the Scranton Prep team. Ryan holding the ball, needs to switch that to the outside, but holds on as North Pocono tried to bring it out. Bob, you mentioned that first down. We'll see a bunch of those tonight from Scranton Prep. Not that North Pocono is not good. It's just Prep has established themselves up and down the field all season long.
Jake Ryan replacing Nick Sofanelli from a year ago. And Nick Donato calls an early quick timeout. Must be some problems down here. So Prep calls timeout. And I talked to Nick Donato, and he said more balance this year. Maybe threw a little bit too much a year ago.
Yeah, and this year it appears as if they're going to run a lot more than throw. But as you mentioned, I think as Jake Ryan gets more experience game by game, more play action, they've been working that. He's been pretty efficient. And now if they get his legs moving a little bit, that'll help them as they try to work towards a possible district playoff position.
We have a chance now to check out the Trojans starters on defense. They gave up 13 points per game. Jake Przwara in the middle. He'll balance that out. 6', 250-pounder. J.C. Gaw and sophomore, number 28, getting the start tonight. A couple of sophomores in there at the linebacker position. Matt Kelly does have 2 interceptions on the year. He's also the featured running back we talked about in pregame. Took one of those interceptions back, John, for a touchdown.
Yeah, Matt's a hard-working kid. He's got a lot going on in his world, and he works as a football player, as a student. A real nice kid, a well-rounded student athlete for North Pocono.
Ryan the pass again, out to Kevin Holmes. Picks up 11. Up past the 50.
Holmes looks a little more flexible this week. I saw him a couple weeks ago against Tunkhannock with that knee brace, looked a little tight. Didn't get involved too much in the game, and here's Holmes. He's a big target, 6'4", 170 pounds. Good to see him involved and going upfield.
Cavaliers now into North Pocono territory at the 48-yard line. There you see Kevin Holmes, his 9th catch on the year. Here is Stefersky out of the eye. He's up for a couple of yards. And, John, they put him after Weckel got hurt. They go right to Stefersky. They put him in the upper part of the eye. He's not blocking. And, boy, that's a load coming through the line to stop.
It is. He's a big daddy, that's for sure. Ricky Morgan's coming off an injury, so we'll see how Ricky is tonight, see if he's able to go. But, yeah, Stefersky's just a guy. Defensively, he's a stud as a linebacker, and then when he gets running downhill, he is awfully tough to stop with one guy.
I was told Ricky Morgan and Justin Weckel will play tonight. Both, as John mentioned, have been banged up. To the air again. In and out of the hands of Holmes up by the 30-yard line. That would have been a big gain.
For number 11, Kevin Holmes, falls incomplete. Mike Kowalski in coverage for the Trojans. Brings up a 3rd down.
Prep decides to throw the ball a little bit. Ryan looks over to the one side, throws it here. It's a little high, but still hits Holmes' hands again.
That's the 3rd pass out of 5 so far on this opening drive. Ryan again on the keeper. Big block by Stefersky. Timmy Blaine came up, get him out of bounds, and Matt Kelly did the rest. But a first down for Scranton Prep.
I guess Prep confident enough, hey, we'll throw the ball a little bit, but if it's a 3rd and 5, 6, 7 yards, we know what we can do. Corey Christian out there being sought after. He gets some great blocks, as Bob mentioned, Stefersky, and of course his wide receiver out there, Giannone, also gets a block.
Jake Ryan, the brother of Dan Ryan, who was a very good receiver here a year ago, one of the fastest ones in the league. And Jake, a very good athlete himself, coming out of St. Paul's. Morgan putting some moves on, picks up 12 up to the 25.
Ricky Morgan had a shoulder injury in the early part of the season, so they got him back. His first game back was against Tunkhannock, ran the ball after a couple series. Here he is, follows Tyler Stefersky. Here's Morgan, just going level by level and getting his way down the side for another first down for Scranton Prep.
Morgan averaging about 7.3 yards per carry, has 2 touchdowns on the year. He dots the I. Stefersky taken down by Tyler Musgrave, gain of 5. So Scranton Prep is inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone for the first time tonight.
Yeah, tough guy against tough guy there. Tyler Musgrave is a talented guy for North Pocono. Actually, looks like Ben Dial gets it on that tackle, 6 foot, 190-pound junior. But Musgrave at number 34 at the bottom of the pile, 6'1", 205. He could bring the wood.
Morgan getting some nice blocking by Matt Borgia up front. He's up inside the 15, And the march continues inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone for Scranton Prep. They get to the 12-yard line.
Well, look at that offensive line for Scranton Prep. They leave one guy go. They go hat on hat. Balavich gets into the linebackers, takes his guy downfield. You get a wrestler on the line, they know how to block.
Tenth play of the drive. North Pocono. Ben Dial shoots in, makes the tackle. And John, one of our Honda keys to the game for Scranton Prep, control that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and Scranton Prep has done it just about all year. I mean, they lost last week to Scranton 14-13, but they have the guys up front, the horses to get the job done, especially within AAA and District 2. They feel they can match up with anybody.
Clock running down for the play, down to 10. Prep can get a first down at the 2-yard line. Ryan surveying. Might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. Looking for Kevin Holmes in the back of the end zone.
I think he forced that one. And it looked like tight coverage overall. You see Ryan looking. He tries to get it in here. The ball just came out a little tough. And that could be a little bit of the rain. I didn't see a tip.
So another timeout on this drive. Second one used for Scranton Prep. 7:32 on the clock. We'll take a quick timeout here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. Thank you to the Scranton Prep cheerleaders. 12th play of the drive. Started at their own 24-yard line for Prep. Not many third downs on this one. Good defense by North Pocono. Flag comes in as Ricky Morgan tried to get outside. We may have a face mask. But the Trojans were ready for that.
Thomas Minor over there getting into him. I'm not sure what to call. It does say the face mask.
Mike Serra, a referee, says it is a face mask going against North Pocono. Greg Dolan, the coach, doesn't like it.
Face mask on the defense. 5 yards from the end of the run. Still third down.
So a 5-yard variety, still third down. But, you know, North Pocono did a nice job on that one, stringing it out.
Big break there for Scranton Prep on that one, that's for sure. So they get another opportunity here in that Gertrude Hawk red zone to see what they could do.
Jake Ryan underneath center. Morgan again. Great defense. That looked like Brett Butler, 16, John, shooting in. Great job by the sophomore Butler. 4th down for Scranton Prep.
Well, North Pocono has a couple of these guys, 5'11", 190 pounds. The Butler did it. Came in and made the tackle from his linebacker position. Forces Prep here to do something on 4th. Don't think they're going to kick it. Straight on kicker.
D. Apollino is the kicker. He's a junior, and Scranton Prep will go on it. Go for it. 13th play of the drive, and North Pocono. Nope, we have a timeout. Play started, but I believe North Pocono called timeout on the other side. Let's see what Mike Serra says. He does, and that was the call. So both teams were using their timeouts here early, John.
Absolutely. This might be a record.
So there's 6:15 on the clock, and different Thursday night game. Of course, North Pocono played last Thursday with West Scranton. And Scranton Prep ended up playing Scranton here and losing that game on Friday night. So, an impressive drive early on, but North Pocono's done a nice job so far.
Yeah, there's the band for North Pocono. They stack them up pretty high here. Trojans always get good participation in their extracurricular activities. There's their band.
The band will play at halftime here. They do an excellent job. We are in the Mesco Glass press box tonight. There you can see us. We'll give a nice little wave. Bye-bye, John Mandola and Aaron Dugan. Very long first quarter, John. From a time standpoint, just 6:15 remaining, but 3 timeouts called alone on this drive.
Well, interested to see. They're going to put 3 receivers over to the right. See if they do anything on the backside with the screen, either to the tight end or Stefersky. North Pocono is going to have to be disciplined, stay home.
They can get a first down at the 2. Ryan in, touchdown Prep. Kevin Holmes makes the grab. That's a 12-yard touchdown pass.
Jake Ryan's pass is complete to number 11, Kevin Holmes.
And that was a dart.
Touchdown.
One of the defenders for Prep sold out, but he missed it. And a perfect strike there for Ryan to Holmes.
So Biagio Di Apollino is in for the extra point. Hold is up, and it is good. So Scranton Prep goes 13 plays, 76 yards, and they finish with a Cavalier touchdown.
6 minutes, 12 seconds remaining.
Jake Ryan right over the middle, the skinny post. Got it.
We are back. It took 5 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. 2 timeouts called by Prep, 1 by North Pocono. But on a 4th and 9, Scranton Prep converts. They lead this one here early on, 7-0. Teed up, short kick, taken by Courtney Harp at the 16. Jake Grady almost had him. And they finally make a turn, and they'll have it at the 20. Here are your Northwoods Nissan North Pocono starters. Tyler Musgrave in the backfield, 2 touchdowns this year. He also can catch the ball out of there, 4 catches for him. Wide receivers, Timmy Blaine having a nice season, 12 catches, 2 touchdowns for the senior. And up front, Matt Slagus, he can throw the discus. A lot more than that. 6'2", 275-pound junior is Slagus. And we're familiar with him, John, from track and field season.
Oh, yeah.
So another flag down.
Snap, ball start, offense. 5 yards, still first down.
So North Pocono, 2 big penalties so far in this game. This will start this drive back at the 18-yard line now. There is Luke Fetter. Talked about him in pregame. 4-year starter for him. He can throw the ball around. 5 touchdowns on the year. 443 yards for the senior. Musgrave sheds a couple of tackles and then is taken down. Here is the Northwoods Nissan defense for Scranton Prep. Thor Malavich up front having a nice year. 30 tackles and a sack for the senior so far. 4 linebackers in there. Braden Burrier, 22 tackles on the year, and there is Stefersky as well. And behind him, Kevin Holmes, 9 tackles on the year and 3 interceptions for the senior. So a lot of guys going 2 ways, as you might expect, on both sides. Fetter, couple of yards. So John, now it goes on the other side. The line of scrimmage controlled by North Pocono on this little run.
Well, North Pocono, that was the thing coming into the season. Coach Dolan felt good and confident about his offensive line. Now they'll be tested with this defensive front of Scranton Prep. But, hey, they've gotten 5 yards on 2 plays in a row. They had the penalty. We saw Musgrave fight for 5. Now the quarterback fights for 5. They're going to need 6.5 or so to try to get the first down on this one. But 2 positive plays for North Pocono.
2 tight ends set. Better pump fake. In and out of the hands. Kevin Holmes looking for his 4th INT on the year. Thomas Minor, the intended receiver.
A little stop and go, like the air that FNR got under this. He patiently took that extra step, tried to let his receiver run under it. He didn't get there, but Holmes did.
So the penalty really hurting North Pocono on the beginning of that drive. So that means Minor will be in to punt.
You're going to need to stop here to stay in it.
End over end. Giannone pulls it in at the 42-yard line, and that's where Scranton Prep will take over on their 2nd possession of the game. So Prep on the year did come out, beat Dunmore early on, 21-0 in that first game, John. Then beat Wyoming area 42-13. Put it on Tunkhannock 62-7 before losing last week. So early on, they looked like the favorite. They were really rolling in the first 3 games.
Absolutely, and then you play a real tough Scranton team that you lose by 1. That one stings, but hopefully you learn something from that. They'll still have a great year. We're seeing some great football so far early in this first quarter from Scranton Prep.
Big push from the line. Justin Weckel in there, the senior, picks up 6.
That Scranton Prep offensive line, you got Corey Christie, 6'4", 270, wears number 72. Borges, 225. He plays bigger than he is. He's only 5'8". Belavage at that center position. You got DeAndrea, who's pretty darn good, the right guard. And then Polishing over at that right tackle position, number 77.
Let's see if Prep now goes to the power running game. Came out throwing. Weckel, nice hole. Musgrave trips him up, but not after a big gain of 12 yards inside Trojan territory, knocked it down at the 40.
I got a stable of running backs. Weckel was hurt the first game of the year. You see they pulled DeAndrea. Does a great job out there, and then just going north and south. Weckel able to get some nice yardage.
North Pocono's defense gave up 207 yards on the ground to West a week ago. Holmes, a quick 6 from Ryan.
Ryan's pass is complete to Kevin Holmes. Mike Kowalski on the stop.
Simple stop route over there. Kowalski comes up, helps wrap up Holmes. A little cleanup action over there from J.C. Gaughan.
Greg Dolan admits that his team did not play inspired a week ago against West Scranton. It was a Thursday night game forced by the potential strike of West Scranton. They moved up the game to Thursday. Weckel again. Can't go anywhere. Good defense by Matt Kelly. He gets in there.
Number 23, Justin Weckel on the carry for the Cavaliers.
Loss of a couple. 3rd down on the way for the Cavaliers.
Loss of 2 on the play. Brings up a 3rd.
Here you see it again. Weckel. Musgrave shoots in. And then Dial gets a hand on him. And here comes Matt Kelly. The Trojan defense holding tough on their second look at Scranton Prep. Ryan hit as he threw the ball. Good pressure from North Pocono. It will force a 4th down, a flag down, going against Scranton Prep. It will be a hold. Let's see if they take it or back them up, John.
I think they might back him up.
Mike Sayre, first penalty of the night for the Cavaliers.
Offense. 10 yards from the spot. Remains 3rd down.
Yeah, the key on that one from the spot of the foul, that was in the backfield as North Pocono tried to fire in, and one of the backs got caught holding.
Here's a holding penalty against the Cavaliers. 10-yard penalty from the spot.
That's a big penalty.
Yeah, that is huge. It backs it up all the way up to their own 45. They have to get to the Trojan 30-yard line. 25 yards needed on 3rd down. Ryan in the gun. Looking, goes downfield to Holmes, who makes the catch at the 40, so they pick up a big chunk of it. 4th down on the way for the Cavaliers.
North Pocono didn't do a very good job at defending that. They had Holmes on an in. They had a wheel route down the sideline, and both guys are open. Ryan just took his pick here, and he looks off of one, and then he comes back over to Holmes, and they get some decent yardage back.
So Holmes back to punt. Kelly back to receive at his own 10-yard line. Nice high hanging kick. This may be going in, and it does. It's a touchback. So North Pocono will have it at the 20. That gives us now a chance to head down to Aaron Dugan with a special guest. Aaron?
That's right, Bob. I've got my very first special guest of the evening, Matt Bernard, the principal from Scranton Prep. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. This is great.
So what's going on at the school? Tell us how the beginning of the school year went for you.
I think every school year starts off with its own kind of energy, and I think for us, so many of our seniors spend so much a part of their summer on their various summer service experiences, and the generosity that they show throughout the course of the summer here in northeastern Pennsylvania and really throughout the country, it's sort of, they bring that back into the beginning of the school year, and the way that we often watch, how they open the doors to the freshmen and how they welcome them into the fold. We welcome 210 wonderful young men and women to the freshman class this year, and our upperclassmen have been fantastic. And we also welcomed our new president. We've been under the leadership of Father Keller for about 18 years, and he passed the baton to Father Maher this year, who's a wonderful man, and he's really brought a tremendous amount of energy and enthusiasm to Prep this year, and he's very passionate about Jesuit education, as we all at Prep are, and it's been great.
And how about just something general about the school people might be surprised to know?
I think the word affordability comes to mind. We're very fortunate. I think there's a perception out there that for many people that Prep is maybe out of reach for them. And we're very fortunate that we have a group of alumni and benefactors and businesses in the area whose generosity really allows us to make a Prep education possible for so many people in the region. And we're very grateful for that.
So if anyone's interested in maybe coming to the school, checking it out, is there a website or a number?
Yeah, actually we have a new website coming out in early October. Actually, we're in October, so coming up in the next week or two. But our open house is Sunday, October 18th from 1 to 4, and that's a great opportunity for anybody to come and to learn more about us, to meet our students, to meet the faculty, and to tour our facilities and get a chance to see what we're all about.
Well, awesome. Thanks so much for stopping to chat with us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, let's go back upstairs.
Thank you, Matt. A little stoppage on the play. But thank you to Aaron and Mr. Bernard. There is the student body from Scranton Prep. It's homecoming, and they'll announce the homecoming king and queen tomorrow. And there you see some rain coming down, Johnny, in that shot. But they're holding tough, those Cavaliers. So North Pocono had the ball, and making the tackle there's Stefersky. Also on the bottom of that is Corey Christian. And that was Courtney Harp, transfer from Western Wayne. He's a senior.
On the play brings up a 3rd down for the Trojans.
So running out the clock here in the first quarter. Looks like one more play will have to be taken. So far, we have not seen much from the Trojan offense. Similar to a week ago, John. They must get things going, I think, right?
Absolutely. You need to find a play, get a first down, get a little momentum.
New quarterback is the freshman. That was tipped at the line of scrimmage. That was Donnie Blaine, who was a strong arm trying to hit Minor on the outside. And North Pocono forced to punt for the 2nd time tonight.
North Pocono, they can't panic if they are losing early, and that's something that's a Honda key to the game tonight. They're down. They held once on defense. Let's see if they could hold again. Try to get that sputtering offense going a little bit. Try to get a little confidence, a little momentum, especially after a loss to West Scranton. You know, kids forget, you know, what it's like to get that confidence back. They're going to need it.
Nice kick by Minor. Through the hands of Giannone. Picks it up, making nice gain, something out of nothing. They're going to knock them down inside Trojan territory at the 44-yard line.
Brett Butler on the stop for the Trojans.
Not to be outdone, the Trojan student body here from North Pocono making the trip down.
North Pocono, 44-yard line.
Both these schools, AAA, so big student body. Now this should be the last play of the first quarter. Perhaps 3rd possession of the game. Zone read to Stefersky, and that line with a huge push. Give him 8 on that, and that will do it. So the Cavaliers march on their first drive of the game. They score the only touchdown of the quarter, and they have the early 7-0 lead here in Scranton.
John's Precision Auto Body, a proud sponsor of North Pocono football. We're a complete auto body repair center with over 30 years of serving the North Pocono area. Best of luck to the North Pocono Trojans and their cheerleaders, especially Coach Julie Hunyak, from your family and friends at John's Precision Auto Body.
We are back inside the Mesco Glass press box. Bob I, John Mandola, and Aaron Dugan. Glad you could join us and the Fox 56 Sports crew here for special Thursday night football. Scranton Prep leading 7-0, putting a drive on again. This is Tyler Stefersky, the 6'2 senior. John muscles his way for 5 yards.
And North Pocono seeing what they can do to take down Stefersky, chop him down. And who's over there but Tyler Musgrave, 6'1", 205 pounds. Musgrave loves the weight room, much like Stefersky.
Yep. First quarter dominated by Scranton Prep from a total yard standpoint. Ryan, a quick look to Holmes, wide open. They continue to give him that much space, John. They're going to throw that all night long.
Yeah, they're really playing off of Kevin Holmes. A lot of respect out there for him, and he's just finding those open spaces in the North Pocono Trojan defense. You got to drive forward as a defensive back. You know, you backpedal, and then as soon as you see that cut, you got to drive forward and make that tackle a little quicker.
Yeah, Kowalski's playing off almost 10 yards, it looks like. So the ball now at just short of the Gertrude Hawk red zone. Call it the 20. Morgan gets inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone and gets down to the 16.
Well, Morgan finds a little bit of room over there. They try to get that quick kick out, but North Pocono defense coming upfield quick to try to jam it up a little bit.
Pocono came in giving up just 13.5 points per game. Prep trying to best that with a touchdown here. Good lead block by Mac Borgia, number 51, for Morgan.
Well, he wasn't getting out of the hands of Jake Brizwara, 6 foot, 250 pounds. Ricky Morgan working it, but Brizwara delivering the blow.
Talked to North Pocono players a week ago, John, and they feel very confident. They started out 3-0. You know, they felt like they had that winning feeling. And I think tripped up by West Scranton a week ago really shook them up a little bit. Timeout on the field called by the Trojans. 9:43 remaining, and Scranton Prep on the drive again. We'll take a quick timeout here. Still 7-0 Cavaliers. Hopefully they have something to cheer about soon. How about that defensive play? Stefersky had it, came back into him, and then he was knocked back quickly.
Well, maybe it'll be the defense that gets a little fired up to get the North Pocono offense going. You need to stop and step it up. Slagus.
So 4th down again. Last time Prep had this inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone on 4th down, they scored a touchdown. Let's see if North Pocono can make the stop. 3 wideouts come in. 1 tight end. Ryan will roll. It's a keeper all the way. Dial in. Great play by the junior linebacker, stopping them short.
Stop for the Trojans.
And Ben Dial plays with a lot of emotion and came straight upfield to make that tackle for North Pocono. You see Ryan trying to get to the outside, and Dial just had him zoned in and took care of it.
At the 15-yard line.
So the Trojans hold. They'll have the ball at the 15, looking for some kind of offense. They come in averaging 28 points per game. Last week, though, only 6 against West. Try the inside. Stefersky on the stop.
Tyler
Musgrave on the carry.
Stefersky and Burrier.
Like seeing that matchup all day long. Musgrave and Stefersky.
Do you think Luke Fetter, though, it comes down to his throwing in this game? Prep has shown they can throw the ball. North Pocono getting short little runs, but yeah, I would think Fetter has to open them up a little bit.
At some point, he's going to have to make a couple throws to get him into it.
Musgrave again, stop. Short gain on that.
I think by running the football, you end up hopefully wearing down that front a little bit because they have to go both ways. All those guys up front do that. So that hopefully helps you, on the other side of the ball as well.
McAllister, a junior, Kyle McAllister, makes the stop. Fetter in the shotgun now. Surveys. Has it. They'll give him a first down. The caught by Froelich, the tight end. Nope. Caught by Minor. But they'll give him the gain on that, past the 25 to the 26.
Well, Greg Dolan has to like this. It's a first down. The receiver got far enough along. There was good execution up front. And Fetter was able to deliver Start with one first down. Try to build from there. It's been a while.
First down of the game for North Pocono comes here in the second quarter.
We had to go back to last game, so that's a couple quarters ago.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if this opens up the Trojans, gets them going a little bit. Kelly a couple yards. Stopped by Stefersky.
Matt Kelly on the carry for North Pocono.
Well, Greg Dolan's been around football for a while. Knows a couple things about it, being around Jack Henses for many years.
His fourth season already with North Pocono, and every year they've gotten better. They had two 0-10 seasons in 2010 and 2011 and 2012, excuse me. They definitely rebounded from that. Flags come in, some movement up front.
Mental mistakes aren't going to help.
Penalty against the Trojans.
So go against North Pocono.
Somebody's got to take charge in that huddle right now for North Pocono. Get everybody on the same page. You don't want to beat yourselves.
It's cost them a couple of times here in big spots so far early in this game. We're all just in the second quarter, midway through. Draw to Kelly. Past the 25 to the 26.
Good stop by Braden Burrier. Linebacker, only 5'8", 185-pound junior, as Kelly tries to get a couple of moves, but he was not escaping Burrier, who bear hugged him down.
Looked like a wrestling move. So a big third down now for the Trojans to keep this drive alive. Fenner going long. Overthrows his intended receiver, looking for Timmy Blaine down there. So North Pocono now will be forced to punt.
Fenner's pass intended for number 2, Tim Blaine. Giannoni
20, 30 years ago, you saw a lot of post corner patterns. You don't see them very often anymore. There was one, and it just, the receiver couldn't get there on the double move.
So Scranton Prep should get good field position out of this again. Low line drive kick. And it'll be touched inside North Pocono territory at the 46. Now down to Aaron with some special guests, I think.
Yeah, Bob, I've got some of the North Pocono cheerleaders with me. They're all seniors. This is Amy, Bobby, and Brooke. And Amy, we'll start with you. I know that you girls are really involved in the community aspect as well. Tell us about that.
Yes, we like participating in other activities than just school. We actually went to the Race for the Cure on September 19th. We cheered on the runners just to let them know that they were doing an awesome job. We supported everything that they were doing.
Very cool. And Bobby, I know that we were talking before and you were really excited about a camp that you girls went to over the summer. Tell us about that.
Yeah, we went to a camp and we learned a lot of new cheers and a lot of new dances, and we bonded as a team. And then there was girls who tried out for, it's called All American, and we had 5 girls make it from our school, which is pretty exciting.
Awesome, way to go. And Brooke, something that the team is doing next week, I know you're really excited about. Tell us about that.
Next week for our home game, we're having a pink out for a player of the football team whose mother recently passed away from breast cancer, and some of the proceeds will be going to the Susan G. Komen Foundation, and that'll be next week, October 9th.
Awesome. Well, way to go. Way to make an impact in the community, girls. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.
Well, good luck to the North Pocono cheerleaders. Penalty on that, John. They didn't catch what it was, so the ball is placed at the 31-yard line.
Big difference so far has been penalties on North Pocono.
Stefersky off the left side. Couple yards on that.
North Pocono trying to be as stingy as they could, not giving up too much. Stefersky looking for some running room. Musgrave in there. Of course, helping out over there as well is Matt Froelich, number 82.
Ryan downfield looking for his tight end, O'Brien. He almost had it. Timmy Blaine also standing there from a safety position. But I like the way Ryan's throwing the ball downfield, John.
Well, here he is, Ryan. He looks comfortable in the pocket. Had some heat back there from Musgrave. Nice tight spiral, just out of the reach, and then ends up hitting the safety right in the helmet. As you see, coming out over was number 2 for North Pocono. That is Timmy Blaine.
Here comes the blitz by North Pocono on the outside. Ryan. Picked off by Luke Fetter. Let's see if they give it. They do. Intercepted. North Pocono ball.
Jake Ryan's pass is intercepted by number 10.
North Pocono a little tougher up front.
24-yard line.
And that's why Scranton Prep's going to try to throw the ball a little bit. North Pocono's did a nice job of trying to disrupt a little bit of the Scranton Prep offense. Ben Dial lurking in the flat, and then he comes right after Ryan, who just kind of throws it up, and then Fetter gets the INT.
Let's see if that can spark the offense now. A little quick hitter to Musgrave from fullback. Well, they get 6 yards on that.
Tyler Musgrave on the carry. Max Borgia on the stop for the Cavaliers.
So Donnie Blaine, just a freshman, 5'11", 170 pounds, bringing in the play. Getting his feet wet here.
The offense last week against West, just 93 yards on the ground, 71 through the air for North Pocono. Blaine out. That's Timmy Blaine from his brother, Donnie. So the Blaine brothers pick up the first down up past the 40-yard line.
Tunkhannock has a combination with a quarterback and a running back. And now here we see at North Pocono, a quarterback and a receiver as a freshman getting it over to his brother. And a nice, simple throw. That's what you want out of a freshman. Just 5-yard out, just deliver.
Let's see, plenty of time for North Pocono to get something going to tie this one up. Down just 7. Freshman again downfield, finds Minor. Pickup of 12 inside the Cavalier territory. North Pocono goes, and they're on the move.
That's pretty hard to do for a freshman. A timing route basically is what it looked like. He threw it to a spot before he even made the break. Quick set up and delivered the blow right where it's supposed to be, just beyond the sticks, and it is a North Pocono first down.
First time tonight, the Trojans are in North Scranton Prep territory. Kelly cannot go anywhere. McAllister breaking that one up early, number 5. Gain of 1.
Matt Kelly just isn't seeing a whole lot. You know, he had slim pickings over there. Nice job of blowing that thing up over there on the opposite side, the Scranton Prep defense. Probably Corey Christian, I believe.
So just over 2 minutes left in the first half. Timeout on the field means a timeout for us. We'll be right back.
Nightwell Drilling is proud sponsor of North Pocono football, located at 426 Main Street in Goldsboro. There's no water issue too big or too small for Nightwell Drilling. They can help you with anything from drilling a new well to diagnosing discolored water. Call them today. Find out why they're known as a water boss of NEPA. Good luck, Trojans.
The best drive of the night so far by North Pocono as they bring in the freshman quarterback Donnie Blaine. They're inside Cavalier territory. Second down on the way. They have one timeout left. Ball's on the turf. Prep had it, may have lost it. North Pocono recovers it. The tight end, Matt Froelich, the junior, recovers it, and it actually is a first down for the Trojans.
Musgrave trying to get somewhere, but watch. Braden Burrier knocks that thing out, and then the biscuit's on the carpet, but North Pocono finds it with Froelich.
They're up quickly, too. Little quick out. Nice job by Timmy Blaine, and there you see how far the Cavalier defensive back was off.
Greg Dolan saying, listen, I ain't putting the world on my quarterback's shoulders. He's a freshman. You're going to throw this pass, it's 5 yards. You're going to throw this pass, it's 8 yards. Yeah, simple stuff.
Quick snap, quarterback keeper stops the clock as they move the chains down to the 27.
Boy, Blaine looks good in that number 12. I remember Coach Keith Olsemer wearing number 12 for North Pocono back in the day. He was a tight end, of course.
I was going to say, he's a tight end and went on to Penn State. First, Nick Donato, Scranton prep coach, was the coach at North Pocono at that time. Matt DeAndrea for prep in quickly. Clock rolling now, coming up on 1 minute left. Blaine just throws it into the ground to stop the clock. There's Greg Dolan, going to call over his troops quickly. There they start the 25-second clock. We'll have to get this play in. Third down on the way.
Let's see if he tries to give him some max protection and maybe just go to one receiver. Maybe just have one option or maybe a second guy out there. You got a big tight end over on that right-hand side.
Isn't the game clock supposed to be rolling? Blaine back over the middle, looking for his tight end. Good call on that. No, it was an incomplete pass, so no, the clock does stop. I was mistaken. That goes incomplete.
You see the nice ball that the freshman throws. Just a little over the top on that one.
So big fourth down now for the Trojans. We've seen a couple of those already for Scranton Prep. North Pocono will receive the second half kickoff. Good out by Minor. Just past the sticks. First down North Pocono inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone.
Again, you know what this quarterback could do. Donnie Blaine has shown he can throw a 5-yard stop and a 10-yard out, and he hooks up once again with the tweener, Tommy Minor. He's a hybrid. He's half tight end, half receiver at 6'3", 205 pounds.
Prep's defensive backs just giving them a lot of room. They're taking advantage of it. Now the time against North Pocono. They have one timeout remaining. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up nicely to the end zone. Touchdown, North Pocono.
Break up the Trojans. How about it?
Tim Blaine, good for a Trojans touchdown.
Hey, Bob, what do I know? Remember we're talking about that post corner? We haven't seen that in 20 years. Well, what do they score on? The post corner route. That's old school, back to Jack Hens's. As you saw the motion, the quarterback gave him the helmet, said, hey, here's what you're going to get, and it is an absolutely perfect strike.
Maybe they do that in their backyard. The Blaine brothers. Low snap. They get it up. The kick is no good. Wide to the right. But what a pass from the freshman quarterback to his brother, John. And now North Pocono trailing by 1 here late in the half.
A little play action, and then Blaine just perfectly throws his ball. Hey, brother, go get it. Awesome job there for North Pocono. That extra point stings a little bit, but hey, they're playing football with Scranton Prep tonight.
They took 3:17 off the clock, ran 12 plays, went 76 yards. That's the best offensive output they've had in weeks. So in one drive, they almost outgained what they did a week ago, and their touchdown again, John.
He had a gutsy move from Coach Dolan to get a freshman in there. I mean, Luke Fetter's been a starter forever. But right now, Blaine's playing some very good football, good athlete. And Fetter comes up with the interception, so he's paying his dues over there and getting the job done somehow, some way when he's on the field.
This gives the Trojans a lot of confidence going into the half, knowing they get the ball to begin the second half.
"40 seconds to stop it. I mean, you're feeling pretty good if you're North Pocono right now.
Prep may be wishing they didn't use those 2 timeouts on the opening drive. They have 1 remaining. So J.P. Walsh has it teed up. Weckel and Giannone back, and this goes out of bounds. Coming up at the half, it will be extended due to homecoming here for Scranton Prep. So Amanda Kuhl will break down. Next week, soccer game we have at Keystone College. She'll also give us a feature on the triplets from Bloomsburg High School. They're field hockey players. And then Aaron Dugan has Andrew Kettle from Coaches vs. Cancer, who will have a big announcement here at the games. All that at the half. They'll make him kick it again. Back him up 5.
No time to relax here if you're North Pocono. Make sure your coverage is sharp. You don't want Prep getting into North Pocono territory right off the bat with Jake Ryan's arm.
This one down, taken at the 16 by Giannone. He's got some running room. Big block! That was number 2, David Horvath, leading the way, John. Wiping out Trojan players, and Prep has plenty of time at the 47.
JC gone on the stop. Cavaliers ball at the 47-yard line.
Let's see what Ryan can do here with this Scranton Prep offense. They decide to go to the air early and try to work Holmes. I would think big size advantage against Kelly. Maybe they'll try a quick 5-yard out to start, then see if they can get a stop and go or something.
Both cornerbacks 8 yards back. They're going to go out quick through the hands. Kevin Holmes.
Tried a little deeper out, went 10 yards on that. As soon as Holmes turned his head, that ball was delivered from Ryan. See the delivery at a Jake Ryan. You got to make that catch if you're Holmes.
Ten seconds on the play clock. Holmes going to go out to the right side this time. Over the middle. Caught downfield. David Horvath over the middle, down to the Trojan 35-yard line.
Good for a Cavaliers first down.
Ryan looks to the left, throws right down the middle. Two guys right in the same area. But Horvath gets it.
North Prep taking too much time off the clock, trying to set up. To the end zone for Horvath, almost. Matt Kelly downfield.
Number 2, David Horvath, falls incomplete. Matt Kelly is in coverage for the Trojans.
Light missed. Receiver still got to pull it down. There's no excuses. Another catch Prep should have had. Ryan was the question mark coming into the season. He's looked awfully sharp.
Absolutely. Throws a nice ball. Good protection up front. A couple of drop passes have cost Prep as well. So this one will go to the end zone, I suspect. Let's see if Jake Ryan can reach the end zone. Good protection. Plenty of time. Throws a little out, and it's intercepted. He can return it.
Oh.
This is Timmy Blaine with blockers.
No time on the clock, so he's got to take it to the house.
Taken down by Giannone. Boy, that was exciting to see. Timmy Blaine doing the job for North Pocono. That ends the half here in Scranton.
That is the end of the first half. Score remains.
Slow half to develop. Scranton Prep control, but North Pocono has done a nice job in the last 5 minutes coming back into this game.
Well, the ball just sat for a little bit, and then Blaine takes it. Thought maybe can he run it down the sidelines? He got into the center of the field with the cutback. It was a nice job from some of the Scranton Prep guys cutting back and then finally taken down. I think Ryan was going to be there. All else failed, but great job for the Trojans.
Aaron Dugan with Scranton Prep, with North Pocono coach Greg Dolan.
Well, Coach, what a drive, a huge interception. That's how you want to go into halftime. I'm sure you're thrilled.
Yeah, our kids are playing hard. We're playing with great emotion and great enthusiasm. We got to work out for us very big up front, so we got to find other ways to move the ball, and they're doing a great job, but we made some plays, and that's what we need to do.
And you'll get the ball starting the second half. How important is it to get things going?
Yeah, it'd be great to get some first downs and put a drive together and continue our momentum. Our kids are playing so hard for us, so we got to get some things together. You put a drive together, hey, anybody's game, right?
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Bob?
Thank you, Aaron. North Pocono win this one. They trail by one, a mixed extra point the difference. We're at the half. We'll have some special presentations, and then we'll get you back for the third quarter.
And our assistant principal, Mrs. Jane DeGardy, I would like to welcome you to
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
And welcome back to Valor Field at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. You're watching live high school football right here on MyTV WQMY. Scranton Prep 7, North Pocono 6 at the half. And it's a little bit rainy, but we're still having a good time here in Scranton tonight. We're glad you could join us. I'm Aaron Dugan. This is Andrew Kettle, a very familiar face for our Fox 56 Sports crew. Thanks for being here tonight. Last time I saw you, we were all celebrating something very important. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was back in May at the Coaches vs. Cancer basketball gala down in Mohegan Sun. And, it was a great event, and it's always a great way to wrap up our campaign each year. So last year we were able to, over the past 7 years, last year we were able to reach the $1 million mark. And we're really the only market in the country without a Division I school doing what we're doing. So we're really thankful to everyone who's involved, and hopefully we can keep going.
It's pretty incredible, $1 million, and it's only going to keep growing. Here we are, year number 8, I believe.
Yep.
So lay everything out for us, the same kind of events going on this year?
Yeah, same events. We start off on November 8th with our tip-off breakfast, and then we go into January with the games. January 25th is the week of Suits and Sneakers Week, and all the games in District 2. Coaches will be on the sidelines with their sneakers on, raising awareness. And all the student bodies, student athletes, really doing a great job of selling T-shirts and doing other fundraising causes. And then we end our campaign again in May, back down at Mohegan Sun for another great basketball gala.
And as always, things start off with that tip-off breakfast. Andrew, I don't know how you do it, but you get these big names to come and talk to everyone. And I know you have an announcement. You know who might be coming to this year's breakfast?
Yeah, we're really excited. This year we are able to have Coach John Giannanni from LaSalle University in Philadelphia to be our guest speaker on November 8th at Scranton Prep. So, you know, it's just great how the Division I schools and their coaches just help out smaller communities like ours and come to our events to help us raise money. And it's a great way for everyone to come out and hear someone speak about what they do at the Division I level, both on the court and off. So it should be another great year and another great morning.
And I'm sure when these coaches, they see what the small communities are doing, it's not hard to convince them to head on down to northeastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and over the past going into our 8th year, we have a reputation now of what we're doing. And to be able to get guys like Mike Bray from Notre Dame and Pat Chambers from Penn State, Phil Martelli, Fran Dunphy, the list goes on. And we build a rapport with people like this, and they see what we're doing here locally, and they're impressed by it, and they should be. And we're all just so proud of what we can do here in Northeast Pennsylvania, and we hope that we can continue to do it to beat this disease.
So how about anything new for the new campaign and the new year? Anything going on?
Yeah, we're really excited. This year we're starting a Coaches vs. Cancer Student Council, and we're asking the principals to nominate 1 or 2 students. They don't have to be student athletes. Students who are passionate about beating cancer can apply for this. They can go and talk with their principals, and the council will have some priorities to help us with throughout the campaign. And there's a lot of exciting things that they can come up with. And what we found is that the schools that have students really involved in it are the ones who are most successful in raising awareness, not just money, but raising awareness. And that's what we want to do. So we thought if we can get some students from every school to be involved on a student council, maybe we'll be even more successful.
Awesome. Well, always growing, always getting better. Here's to year number 8, and we'll be seeing you soon.
Thank you so much, and thanks to everybody at Fox 56 for your continued support. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And make sure you stay with us right here on MyTV. We'll have a second half of some great football when we come right back.
Welcome back to Valor Field at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. We're at the half. Scranton Prep leads North Pocono 7-6. Welcome back inside the Mesco Glass press box. Bob Ide and John Mendola enjoying what has turned out, John, to be a very competitive game.
Yeah, North Pocono has really stepped up. I mean, Scranton Prep showed it. Found a way to score in that first drive on the final play of a 4th down drive. The North Pocono kind of has chipped away, held their own on defense, and then found a little scoring punch with a freshman quarterback.
Yeah, Prep opened up with a 14-play drive to begin the game, and you thought, well, that might be it for the Trojans. But the defense has done a nice job, and they picked off Jake Ryan twice.
Yeah, they've been scrappy up front. They're stopping the run. Prep isn't getting a whole lot on the run, and then the defensive backs have done a nice job of reading some plays and coming up with the INTs.
Well, let's look at the highlights right now, and here are a couple plays from Jake Ryan, the quarterback.
Ryan rolling out to his right early in the game. He was able to get a first down. And then Ricky Morgan getting some yardage here, lowering the shoulder. Of course, a little tentative with that shoulder after the injury, but it did a nice job. And Holmes on that 4th down touchdown reception.
That was a 76-yard drive to begin. Then North Pocono's defense started playing better.
Yeah, Ben Dial came off the edge to get Luke Fetter to pick it off, and then the freshman quarterback over to his brother, and a touchdown play for the Trojans of North Pocono.
Donnie Blaine is the freshman. He's 5 of 7 on the night, 57 yards. That big one right there, the touchdown towards the end of the half. The extra point was no good. So also for North Pocono, Tyler Musgrave has 26 yards. They've run 24 plays, have the Trojans. They've gained 105 yards. The Cavaliers have rushed for 86 yards, passed for 74, 160 yards total. They've run 34 plays on the night. Morgan has 24 yards on the ground. So Jake Ryan in that first half, John, 6 of 14, 2 interceptions. Couple drop balls, though, that I thought has really cost the Cavaliers.
Yeah, there was at least 4 balls that I could recall that, went through receivers' hands. And again, there's a light misfall and the ball's a little bit wet, but you got to come up with those plays. You want to be a playoff team. Hey, it's a halfway point of the season. You got to make plays.
Greg Dolan's team playing a lot better than they did a week ago when they lost to West Scranton. They lost that one 20-6, but playing inspired football, especially on the defensive side. Prep has been inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone 3 times tonight. They've converted just 1 touchdown, so credit goes to North Pocono. So some big games on tap this weekend. Lackawanna Football Conference Division I, John. We talked about it a little bit last week. A lot of parity this year. Now with West Scranton and Scranton having to forfeit their games tomorrow. Boy, that really jumbles things up right there. It's tough not to be able to win or lose on the field.
Yeah, it's a challenging situation, but the kids right now are sticking by the people that are with them, and it is what it is. So they're going to have to move along and see how the rest of the season develops and see how long it goes on. There may be a few more forfeits for both of those teams, unfortunately.
Well, both these teams on the field in that division. So Valley View and Delaware Valley will pick up wins there. Winner here tonight will stay in contention.
And whether that, lasts a week or a few weeks, kids are practicing, aren't repping. It really just change a whole lot of things around when the playoffs come up.
Here's Biagio Diapellino with the kick, and we have offsides already. Referee tonight, Mike Serra. He's joined by Jim Miller, Joe Curry, Ted Shook, Jerry Murray, and Gary Schimmelfinning. So they'll kick this one again. Will the Cavaliers before we get this second half underway.
Been a lot of tight games this year early. Some overtime games, a bunch of games decided by a point or two. Scranton Prep was on the other end of that last week.
So North Pocono should get good field position out of this. Courtney Harp brings it up, and that's where the Trojans will take over at the 35. And Aaron Dugan had a chance to talk to Scranton Prep head coach Nick Donato.
Well, Bob, he said that although they were moving the ball, they were just not getting it done in the red zone. And instead of a 48-minute game, they made it into a 24-minute game and kind of shot themselves in the foot by not being able to score. I also asked him about North Pocono getting the ball first to start this second half, what he would do to try to stop them. He said, hey, we stopped them the whole first half. They put together that great drive. They got it done. Now we got to get back to that defense we were playing and score, guys. That's it.
Thank you, Aaron. So Donnie Blaine gets the start to begin the second half. He hands it off inside. So Greg Dolan making the choice to the hot hand at this point.
Yeah, and they've still got to establish the line of scrimmage and run the football, get some positive yards. 2-3 yards, couple throws here and there. And again, if you're a Scranton Prep D-back, you got to think, hey, they're going to probably try to make a lot of simple throws. We'll see if somebody like Holmes could get a break on a ball, read it, and go for a pick six.
Blaine back, gets the ball taken away. Incomplete pass. Mac Borgia almost took it right out of Donnie Blaine's hands.
Borgia was hoping it would be a fumble, but it is an incomplete pass, as Bob mentioned, and Mike Serra right there. So Blaine looking. You see Borgia coming over, coming forward, and Borgia knocked it down.
That was close to being almost a handoff to the defensive tackle. So a big third down here for the Trojans. They want to get something going to establish the third quarter. Lane in the air. Overthrows Matt Kelly downfield. Good coverage from Will Mulligan. And the Trojans will be forced to punt.
Will Mulligan in coverage. Brings up the Trojans 4th down.
Well, Mulligan does a nice job on the defense thus far this season for Scranton Prep. Athletic guy.
So Minor in to punt. It's a nice high-hanging one. Giannone from his 32. Great tackle down there by Ben Dial, and Prep takes their first possession of the second half at their own 32-yard line.
Mesco Glass, we do it all. Auto, home, business, family owned since 1930. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Honesdale, and the Lehigh Valley for Mesco Glass.
So Jake Ryan hands it off to Ricky Morgan. He's taken down quickly. J.C. Gahan. North Pocono has some sophomores that have stepped into the starting lineup now, John, playing well.
Well, North Pocono seems like doing a good job of trying to break down and make a tackle. You saw that. You wrapped the legs. You saw it from Ben Dial on the play before. Now you see another guy here for North Pocono wrapping and making a play in Gahan.
Ryan back, has plenty of time. Downfield, overthrows Holmes. Good coverage by Kowalski. Goes incomplete.
Number 11, Kevin Holmes. Broken up by number 23, Mike Kowalski. Brings up a 3rd down for the Cavaliers.
Well, Ryan going to go back and throw this post pattern. Just a little overthrown. See that brace for Holmes.
Ryan to the shotgun. He's had time. Setting up a screen. Stefersky has blockers, has a hole. Tyler Stefersky up past the 45 to the 48. 16 yards.
J.C. Gahan on the stop for the Trojans.
You need a play right now for Scranton Prep, and especially on a 3rd down here early in the second half. Ryan delivers a perfect pass. Stefersky almost didn't look it in. Then he finally gets it and makes enough moves to get that 1st down.
So a big 3rd down conversion for the Cavaliers. Weckel inside, couple yards. Well, one of our Honda keys to the keys to the game, John, was control the line of scrimmage for Prep. Trojans have done a nice job, though, doing their best up front against a very good offensive line.
I mean, they're stout. You know, they got some guys up front that are physical. The linebackers seem like they move well. They're fit, and they fly around with the football.
Play action. Ryan take it down for the sack.
Jake Ryan tackled for a loss by number 33. Nick
Yaskolski on the sack, 6'2", 185-pound junior. Ryan couldn't locate it, an open guy.
Nice job by number 33. So a third down on the way for Scranton Prep again.
You're wondering for North Pocono, is it a matter of motivation? Is it confidence? What is it? They're playing on TV tonight, but they're playing some football tonight, and they're ready to go after Prep scored that opening drive. They've been in shutdown mode.
Over the middle, Ryan. Great defensive play as David Horvath caught the ball.
Ben Dial again with an open field tackle. He's been the defensive MVP in my mind so far tonight. He's been all over the field for the North Pocono Trojans. See Ryan looking around, little crossing route, and Dial just enough to trip up Horvath.
Holmes almost blocked. Flag comes in. This may be coming back. One of the North Pocono players ran in to Kevin Holmes. On the backside is an automatic first down. Looks like Matt Connors, number 62. Talked about mistakes. That's a huge one by North Pocono. It gives Scranton Prep the ball back. And after the penalty, it will be inside Trojan territory.
That's a stinger. North Pocono only trails by 1. But there have been at least 5 penalties tonight that you kind of saying, ow, that hurts.
So it goes to the North Pocono 35-yard line. Prep's offense back on the field. Reversed. Horvath gets the edge, but North Pocono does a nice job running that down by Gahan. Give him 5 yards on that. Let's call it 6.
Gain of 6 in the play brings up second down for the Cavaliers.
The running game's been a little tight. North Pocono brought their backers, so maybe Scranton Prep figured if he could get them upfield and then there'd be some running room. But overall, not bad for North Pocono, limited that to about 5.5.
Whistles and a flag. Legal motion
Penalty against the Cavaliers.
against Prep. So both teams have had their penalty problems tonight.
Repeat second down.
We've seen a balanced attack, I guess, on the rushing end for Scranton Prep. Stefersky's handled it, Morgan, Weckel, Ryan's kept it a few times. So there's been different guys. Doesn't seem like anybody's really getting in a rhythm, but overall that offensive line is being challenged by the defensive front there of the Trojans.
Yeah, I think you have to give a lot of credit to North Pocono. Morgan with a hole, spins through, ripped down by Kelly, but he picks up good yardage. They'll mark it inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line, and that moves the chains.
Boy, good push over on this right-hand side by the Scranton Prep offensive line. Corey Christian, Matt D'Angelo, or Matt D'Andrea, that is, Dor Balavich.
Other side to Morgan. Inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone to the 18-yard line. So that roughing the punter penalty may come back to haunt North Pocono.
Scranton Prep, I think, has thrown a ton tonight compared to what they've done all year, Bob. They ran and ran and ran. And again, maybe it's something they saw in the scouting report. Maybe it's something, hey, let's open it up a little bit. Let's try to do some different things so they'll respect the run. Whatever it is, right now they're running the football here in this third quarter, trying to see if they can get a touchdown up.
Stefersky, a hole in the middle. Stefersky pounds his way to the 11.
Tyler Stefersky on the carry.
On your point, John, coming in, they threw for 48 times to Jake Ryan. They've already thrown 20 times in this game.
So you see Tyler Stefersky just putting his head down, a couple of guys holding on, and maybe Nick Donato said, you know what, hey, this is what's been successful for us. We're going to run. Then when you think we're going to run again, now we'll throw a pass.
Back to the ground. Morgan. Not much going there. Froelich on the stop. Musgrave getting up. As was Ryan Trotter.
Homecoming for the Scranton Prep faithful, Tyler Stefersky going head-to-head against Musgrave.
Prep has been in the Gertrude Hawk red zone 3 times in that first half. Converted just once for a touchdown. Let's see if they can put more up here. To the end zone, knocked away.
Ryan's pass falls incomplete, intended for number 92.
Dial again. Playing a heck of a job. You see all those marks on his helmet. That's not for just coming to practice every day. He's made some plays for North Pocono over the first 4 weeks of the season. Orion trying to be patient. You see the play before, it was Ricky Morgan kind of getting stuffed up in there, so that's why they went to the air. And now they're facing a 3rd down and 7.
2 wideouts come far left. As you can see, they can get a first down at the 1. Little inside handoff to Morgan. Trojans defense there. He's to the 5. 4th down, Scranton Prep.
Well, they're right in the middle of the field. Will they try a field goal here? I don't see what Nick Donato decides. They're about 4 yards away from a first down, but a little G power over on that left side. They pull the guard, kick out the end. Morgan just tries to cut up, and Musgrave in on that tackle.
Personnel in. Timeout on the field called by Scranton Prep. They want to talk this one over. 3:30 on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. Cavaliers continue to lead by 1. Aaron has some special guest. Aaron, did you get in there okay?
Yes, I am.
So tell me about homecoming. What's going on with that?
No, we're trying to bring all the excitement and all this energy we have at our game to homecoming. We're going to try to keep it going throughout the week. We're going to try to have the best time as possible.
Seems like you guys have a blast coming out to these games. You guys having a good time tonight?
Oh yeah, it's so fun. We love supporting the team, all our players, everyone. It's such a blast for us to be here to support them.
All right, well, it's great to see your team spirit. You want to throw it back to Bob? Say back to you, Bob.
Back to you, Bob.
Might be the whole senior class here.
They like Bob.
Scranton Prep, and everybody loves Bob, John. Don't you know that? Good support on both sides on a fall evening. Maybe the coldest night we've had all football year. Rain has been off and on.
Perfect.
So on the field, it's 4th down. 4 yards officially for our first, 5 for a touchdown. Ryan in the shotgun. To the end zone, touchdown, Chris O'Brien in Scranton Prep.
Jake Ryan's pass is complete to number 92, Chris O'Brien, for a Cavaliers touchdown.
They send Will Mulligan out to the flat, and then, of course, O'Brien to the deep part of the end zone, and it is a score me for Prep.
Problem on the extra point. Horvath taken down. That's good news for North Pocono. The lead now 7 for Scranton Prep as they drive down the field. Another 4th down conversion for the Cavaliers. Ryan to his tight end O'Brien, and Scranton Prep ups the lead.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
Back in Scranton, Prep marches down the field, 14 plays, 68 yards, helped by a roughing the punter penalty against North Pocono. They went 7 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock, but the extra point was no good, so North Pocono has a shot if they can find the end zone. Diapolino, the little line drive kick taken by one of the up men. That looks like Kowalski. They'll have good field position at the 43, will the Trojans. So, John, if you're North Pocono, you bring on Donnie Blaine still and go back to that passing game?
Well, it worked for one touchdown. You know, Luke Vetter is the veteran, but it seems like he's tipping to Blaine right now.
Donnie Blaine, the freshman, came on late in the second half, has the only scoring drive of the game. He'll go back to the pass. Another out. Minor, good yardage. Picks up almost 16 down to the 40, John.
I would be jamming that receiver all night. When all they're throwing is simple stuff right now. Let them try to beat you deep. Yeah, they beat you deep on the touchdown throw, but you know, I think you got to get in their head a little bit.
Quick to Musgrave. Tyler Musgrave, the fullback, to the 30. 10 more.
A little momentum, a little more confidence. Offensive line.
This is what the North Pocono drive looked like before the half.
Here's Musgrave running through one of his guys. Big block from Slagus up front.
Slagus and Trotter on that left side doing an excellent job. We talked about the Prep defensive and offensive line coming in, but North Pocono's line is definitely doing a nice job themselves. Here comes the blitz. Maybe someone jumped up front with a timeout call. Timeout. North Pocono. Wait.
Timeout, Prep.
Prep timeout.
Second charge timeout of the half.
They point at North Pocono's side, so I was wondering, looked like Prep called the timeout. So defensive timeout called by Scranton Prep. Here's what the conference looks like going into tonight. We already know Scranton will forfeit that game, unfortunately, as will West Scranton. So Delaware Valley and Valley View pick up a win. So this game becomes ultra important in the standings.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the way it'll shake out for the playoffs, you know, is important as well. You know, North Pocono right now looks like a team that could possibly make a push for a playoff this year, and everybody was counting on Scranton Prep to be there.
The team in the middle, Wallenpaupack, scares me. Prep goes there next week. North Pocono gets Delaware Valley.
Mark Watson feels his team could play with anybody on any given day, and they've played with a bunch of them, though, so far in the first 4 weeks.
So after the timeout, they try to run a quick one. They can't get much of anything. Late flag. Very late flag. The side judge. The sideline warning or something.
Going that way. Personal foul after the play.
Wow.
15 yards from the end of the play, first down.
So Scranton Prep with a huge mistake.
Yeah, a little bit of the business or something happened towards the end of the play.
Nick Donato on the field wondering who that was. Wants to talk that one over. So that gives North Pocono great field position inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone all the way to the 14.
Big mistake now on Scranton Prep's part with the flag game. It's been North Pocono's mistakes all night on the flags. Again, they're only down a touchdown.
Power I, give it to Kelly. Couple yards on the right side.
Tight splits up front. Kelly just trying to run north and south. Few yards.
Matt Kelly, the leading rusher, coming in with 304 yards on the night. Haven't seen much of Courtney Harp, the transfer from Western Wayne, except on the kickoff. Blaine to the end zone. Caught out of bounds. Good catch by Timmy Blaine, but he couldn't get the foot in.
That was another post corner out for North Pocono. Just took too long to develop for the freshman quarterback. He needed to throw that early, like he threw his first out pass at 10 yards. Not a lot of room to work with over there on the short side of the field.
Kelly tries to get outside. Good moves by Matt Kelly, evading tackles. Let's see where they mark it. Inside the 10, definitely. About the 6. Close to a first down.
Kelly didn't have a chance when he got the football. He made the most of it. You see the kick out block from Musgrave. He gets by Stefersky and tries to slip under a little bit before finally driven out of bounds by number 51, Max Borgia.
So now North Pocono has a fourth down. This one at the 6. They need about 1.5 yards for a first down. Rep was able to convert theirs. Can the Trojans get theirs? And timeout on the field by North Pocono.
You don't know if you're going to get back down here again. You better make it right.
Well, North Pocono has done a nice job getting to this point.
First thing I would have thought about coming over here is maybe you bring in Fetter again. You try to draw him off sides with your senior quarterback. Yeah. You know, maybe the defense starts thinking a little too much.
Or run a read option type play and let him run. Well, how does this impact AAA standings in the district? This is the way they look throughout. Talked about that Wallen-Paul Pack team leading right now. Coughlin right in there. They have a big game tomorrow night, John, against Valley West.
Yes.
And then there you see North Pocono Prep. Berwick has Selinsgrove coming in. And there's Valley View. They're already moved to 4-1 because of the forfeit.
Somebody's going to be out at some point. You know, this will all shake out towards the end of the season. But it's going to be a great race, I think, at AAA this year. And, you know, Dallas is a team that's been on the wrong end of a couple of scores. Had a good win against Scranton to start the season. They have Williamsport tomorrow. And how about the Millionaires are 4-0? Chuck Cruz. Well, they got some great kids, including Jarrah Reeves. What an outstanding student athlete for Williamsport. Just a great young man.
And Isaiah Hankins at quarterback doing a great job. Hey, that's nice to see the Millionaires back in the thick of things in Quad A. But this AAA, no clear-cut favorite. Not anymore. So fourth down on the way. The freshman in the backfield with the senior. Go to the end zone. Out of bounds, but the fourth down goes incomplete. Scranton Prep takes over on downs. The interception won't count. Good job by the Cavaliers defense. They tried to get Kelly out of the backfield.
First thing I would have did was snap the ball when the Scranton Prep player is running off, but as a freshman, that's hard to come up with on your own. You know, but there's your 5 yards you need. He ends up throwing the interception out of bounds.
Trojans did an excellent job getting to that point. Now their defense has to hold, get the ball back. Still a full quarter left in this game. Dial the pushing back on Ricky Morgan. Up to the 10 he goes.
Nick Donato looking on, veteran coach. And I think if you're Greg Dolan, you're feeling pretty good down a score right now, late in this third quarter, hoping maybe your defense could get a stop and you get some good field position. Nice job again on the defensive linebackers for North Pocono play real well tonight.
Trojans have definitely come out and played inspired football here this evening. They're going to throw. They're Ryan. They give Holmes a lot of room. Why not? He brings it up to the 18. First down, Scranton Prep.
One of the things as a defensive player, instincts is you got to think situationally, especially in the high school level. 2nd and 7 or so, you got to think a quick out or something's coming, and that's all they do, just enough to get a first down and move those sticks.
And Kowalski has not moved up on any of the receivers for Scranton Prep. This should be the last play of the half if it is a run of the third quarter, excuse me.
That was a wall.
J.C. Gahan on the stop, gain of 1, and that will do it. So we have 3 quarters in the book here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. The Cavaliers from Prep lead the Trojans of North Pocono by 7.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.
Wagner's Tim Sports Corner offers a full line of sporting equipment. We also provide custom screen printing and embroidery. We offer all youth sports equipment and accessories at Wagner's Tim Sports Corner, Inc.
Located in Green Ridge Corners. I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight. Welcome back to Valor Field, Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. Bob Ide, John Mandola, Aaron Dugan, and our entire Fox 56 sports crew. Thanks for joining us on a special presentation. Thursday night football. Very good one here tonight. Maybe unexpected. But Prep owns a 7-point lead. Jake Ryan, the quarterback on the keeper, picks up great yardage. Past the 30 to the 31. First down, Prep.
Scranton Prep back to running that football. Stefanski trying to get his guys going there for the Cavaliers. And of course, Jake Ryan could do a little bit with his legs, a little bit with his arms. Proven to be a pretty darn good athlete.
Ryan in the night, 10 of 20 overall. Through the air. Ricky Morgan strung out, knocked out of bounds. Gain of 5 on that.
Yeah, Matt Froelich is quietly playing a nice game tonight. 6'1", 190-pound junior. They have a real nice junior class, this North Pocono team. They're going to be a team to be contended with next year for sure. This year, hey, they still could put some stuff together. They're 3-1. I mean, they could do something tonight and then try to build, but the schedule's always brutal for North Pocono.
Well, the Trojans did have to come back to 0-10 years, 2-8 in 2013, 4-6 last year. So Greg Dolan is building the program back for North Pocono. Morgan trying to get outside. Nice job by Timmy Blaine shooting in. Couple yards on that. 3rd and short on the way for Scranton Prep.
Well, here you see Ricky Morgan trying to get to the outside, but Blaine over there, the senior, on the tackle.
They gave him a first down. Ball is right at the 42-yard line. So now it's a clock management thing.
Well, North Pocono, one of the things that plays into the equation with their schedule is Delaware Valley next week, but then they have Scranton, so that's the iffy one. You're not sure how long the strike's going to last and if they'll be awarded a victory or if they'll be playing football by then.
Well, Delaware Valley had 2 weeks off now. So they had some injuries. They may be back and delay a game against Prep. Kind of surprising from a Nick Donato team. Of course, Nick Donato did coach North Pocono from 1981 to 1995. Led the team to Eastern Conference championships and Big 11 titles as well. Had some memorable games in the 90s against Berwick.
Oh, yeah.
The classic games. Nice job on the outside by Kelly on defense. Knocking that ball down.
Well, there's a little explosion you've been looking for all night out of the North Pocono D-backs. Quick little stop route, a quick hit from Matt Kelly, giving up about 6 inches.
Read that nicely. So that penalty may now hurt Scranton Prep. One thing I've noticed is Prep is getting their plays in way late. This play clock all the way almost at 0 down to 1. Trying to set up a screen. Looked like a screen to begin with, a Horvath, but no lineman downfield. Get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down on the way.
Ryan looking over on that right-hand side, delivers the ball to Horvath, but Musgrave over there. Nice job from him, and of course, getting a little help from Thomas Minor.
Key 3rd down here for North Pocono. They want the ball back. There you see Nick Donato kneeling there. Longtime coach, 24 years around high school football. Ryan with a lot of time. Almost intercepted for the 3rd time tonight. Timmy Blaine had it. But here come the Cavaliers punt team.
Ryan had a crossing pattern underneath. Guy was open, but he looked like he was going up top. Honed in on a guy and just overshot a little bit.
There's some of that first-year inexperience from the junior. So now Holmes will do the punting. Kelly back to receive. Nice high hanging kick. Fair caught at the 24-yard line. Woo.
That was lucky. Boy, Holmes could boom it as a punter. Got a leg.
9:55 remaining. North Pocono down 7. They did have a nice drive the last time they had a ball. Could not convert on 4th down. Still freshman Donnie Blaine in at quarterback. Draw. But meet Corey Christian.
Corey Christian, 6'4", 270 pounds, plays defensive end. And look at this, stands up to tackle and then just takes down Kelly.
Well, he's going against sophomore Jason Metzger. That time the senior schooled the sophomore. Loss of 2 on that. Freshman going back. Good catch by Timmy Blaine back at the 30. That was a high one.
We're going to go back to the huddle. He's going to say, hey, brother, bring that down a little bit. You know, that one stung. Blaine to Blaine. Nice hit. That defensive backfield for Scranton Prep. So, you know, Scranton Prep, one thing about them is they're tough. And, you know, you talk with Coach Donato, you know, and people for years, hey, Scranton Prep, they need to get a little tough. They're as tough as they've ever been. Very physical up front. And Coach Donato, you know, he said, hey, we got tough kids here at Prep. These kids are playing hard. Well, no better than up front with that defensive front.
Come blitz. Throw downfield, trying to hit Kelly. Horvath was there on the defense, and now 4th down on the way for North Pocono. Still 8+ in the game. Plenty of time to get your defense in there and make a stop.
Blaine looking up top, and he just overshoots him. Typical, you know, it happens as a freshman. A little too much errors. Coach Dolan talking to him. Listen, got to make the right throws, simple throws.
So that brings in Minor now to punt. He's done a nice job as well. That's a long kick. Pass of Giannone to the 25. A lot of people saying horse collar. Referee yells no. He's wrapped up at the 30.
Well, Giannone makes a quick move right here. And it looks like it's just the jersey. It's not the shoulder pad.
That's a close call. I know in the beginning of the season, PIAA was looking at that rule. They really wanted to watch it. Referee was right there, though.
Yeah, man.
So
from this angle,
he makes the call.
He just had the jersey, but again, as you say, the ref right in front of him.
So North Pocono's defense needs to hold. Weckel. About 4 yards.
Coach Donato getting in his play to his junior signal caller in his first year. You know, for Coach Donato, you know what it takes to kind of push that clock along. Hey, you get a victory by a touchdown. 2 touchdowns makes you feel better, but being smart with the football right now.
Stefersky, haven't called his name a lot getting the ball. He's up close to a 1st down for Prep. Depends on the mark. There you see Nick Donato, 24th year overall, 169 total wins, 111 of those at North Pocono.
And here's where Tyler Stefersky, if he could hold on to the football, push ahead. You go from 7 minutes on the clock down to 5 minutes on the clock with a few more downs. That limits North Pocono's next opportunity, if it comes, to maybe just 1 possession. That's what you're hoping for. Hopefully they don't even get the ball back if you're Prep, but you want to limit as many opportunities as you could. You cut it down to 1. They've got to do it.
They get the 1st down. Here comes the blitz. They got him. North Pocono sacks Jake Ryan. Brett Butler, the sophomore linebacker, shoots in all the way back to the 33-yard line. 2nd sack of the night for the Trojans.
Well, they brought the backers, and Weckel couldn't handle the heat inside for North Pocono. Nice job of the Trojans bringing it. Brett Butler, 5'11", 190 pounds. He's a sophomore. He'll be back.
Huge play for the Trojan defense. Zone read, Ryan keeps it up the middle. Jake Ryan to the 48. 15 yards for the junior quarterback.
Ryan rode Ricky Morgan as far as he could, and then he goes straight upfield. Breaks that tackle by Musgrave. And finally brought down, but that's a big play for Scranton Prep. We're into that 5-minute mark here, Bob.
If he can do that consistently, that's a huge weapon off that zone read.
Yeah, and he's running the football a lot more than we've seen him this year.
Run Ryan again. Oh, Stefersky leading the way. First down and more. Prep now in Trojan territory at the 44.
Well, I think it just changes his whole Prep offense when Ryan can run the football, and that's what he's able to do right now. He's just a good athlete, and then he just waits for his block. He's got Tyler Stefersky in front of him, that big offensive line. You throw in the tight end, O'Brien. There's a lot you could do.
Understand his brother is watching at Cornell tonight via the internet. Dan Ryan. Morgan hit by Dial. And then some other players down at the 43, 2 yards on that.
Scranton Prep offensive line once again. Nice hit from Dial. Lowers his shoulder. Him and Morgan going head to head.
Morgan spinning through up to the 36-yard line. Third is short on the way for Scranton Prep. North Pocono needs a stop.
See Ricky Morgan fighting ahead.
See Timmy Blaine going for that ball. 2 critical downs coming up, John, I think, for North Pocono, or you're going to have to start calling your timeouts. Weckel threw, big push from the line. Also Stefersky up to the 32, moving the change are the Cavaliers.
Well, Scranton Prep, Thor Balavage holding up his guy, then pancaking him. Huge block from Thor Balavage up front.
I believe North Pocono has, it's hard to tell, 1 more timeout. Did they call 2.5? I will check on that. Weckel, second man through. Couple yards on that. North Pocono has 2 timeouts remaining in this quarter. At some point, I think you have to start using them, don't you, John?
Yeah, you got to stop them first, you know. And I mean, you're right. You're at 2:32, so you know maybe after this play, if they can get a stop, they can come back with this power eye. You may see Ryan keep it on one of these and see if he could keep it in bounds because North Pocono is tightly packed right now.
Oh, Weckel squeezing through the smallest of holes inside the 20, inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone again for Scranton Prep. Timeout called by North Pocono.
Weckel just wrestled down, but not before he skirts through for a first down for Scranton Prep, who has controlled the ball since 7 minutes and change here.
So 2:04 remaining in the game. We'll take a quick timeout and see if Prep can wrap this one up here in Scranton. Back in Scranton at Veterans Memorial Stadium, Scranton Prep looking for their 4th win of the year, leading by 7 right now and trying to put this one away with a nice drive to end the game. That's Weckel, the senior, has been fresh, hasn't played much. 2nd down, and North Pocono will call their last timeout of the evening. Under 2 to play. So upcoming schedules on the way. Mentioned this next week, next Friday the 9th. A big game now. Prep going to Wallenpaupack. Then they have Abington and Valley View at home, back-to-back Saturdays, and they end with Delaware Valley and Scranton.
Interesting schedule that is. Every week's a test.
And there you see North Pocono's schedule.
Yeah, DV, Scranton, that's one you're not sure about. Paupack, Abington Heights, and then Valley View, which would be a hard-fought game, no doubt. Scotty Wasilchak over on that other end.
John coming in, and especially after last week's game, as you look inside the Mesco glass press box that John and I are in. Some people may have said, hey, Prep could win this one in a blowout, but really credit North Pocono for coming down inspired and after a good week of practice, playing a very good game. So Trojans need to hold here. Any chance, as Prep is inside the Gertrude Hawk red zone again. Well, that's going to do a nice job. Jake Brizwara shoots in. So 3rd down on the way. They cannot stop the clock, but they may be able to get it back with 2 stops. And 2 good defensive plays.
Time not on North Pocono's side. See the delivery of the blow. And winning that battle was Brizara. Took on Corey Christian on that one.
Third down and delay of game. So that stops the clock.
And it
That's a
backs them
break.
up. Yep.
I would say Scranton Prep has not played a crisp game, just enough to win. They've had some mistakes. They've had some penalties. Drop balls, but Jake Ryan's done a nice job from the quarterback position. Had 2 interceptions in the first half. Nothing here in the second half. They're going to throw it on 3rd down. Stefersky in and out of his hands. He had running room. That stops the clock.
That's one of those, you convert it and you're in heaven because you have a first down. Tyler Stefersky, he looks upfield, takes his eye off the ball for a half a second.
So a 4th down coming up for Scranton Prep. Shade over a minute left in this one. All kinds of personnel change coming in for Prep. Will Mulligan now next. Did he pooch punt it? Nope. They're going to run Ryan through the air up to the 15. Clock stops. North Pocono ball at their own 15-yard line. 64 seconds to play. Prep ran, as you look at it again, 13 plays on that drive, John.
Luke Fetter trying to run over. And then one of the other guys takes his pins out, Jake Ryan. Looked like it was number 28 for North Pocono getting over there, J.C. Guy.
They took exactly 7 minutes off the clock with 13 plays. Now, North Pocono with a chance. Blaine picked off by Kevin Holmes. It went in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, and Holmes was Johnny on the spot. And that will do it. Prep will win this one.
Kevin Holmes solidifies his spot as one of the players of the game with a touchdown reception and then a big interception at the end of the game as the freshman quarterback makes a good throw, just slips through his receiver's hands. And Kevin Holmes comes up with the pick and the seal the deal for Scranton Prep.
So all Scranton Prep has to do now, take a knee, 2 plays, hold on to the ball, and that should do it. So a well-played game by the Trojans of North Pocono, but they're going to come up 7 points short. A much better game than many expected. They will fall to 3-2, and boy, Donnie Blaine's done a nice job. You can't blame him here. It just went in and out of the hands of the receiver as he did the same thing Stefersky did, John, and that was turn his head too quickly before he caught the ball.
Nice job from Kevin Holmes over there, just recognizing it and bringing it in as Ryan takes a knee. And hats off to North Pocono. Hard-fought game tonight, but Scranton Prep finds a way to win. Hey, last week there on the other end of that. I think both teams respect each other after tonight's 4 quarters, and that's what it's all about. You'll see Dolan and Donato, they both respect each other, that's for sure.
Absolutely. The final score here in Scranton, Prep wins this one on homecoming. The final score, 13-6. We'll talk to the winning coach and have our players of the game. It's the Northwoods Nissan postgame show on the way. So the Cavaliers improved to 4-1 on the year. They pull out a 7-point victory over North Pocono. And Aaron Dugan has our players of the game, brought to you by Northwoods Nissan. Aaron?
That's right, Bob. Our Northwoods Nissan players of the game, we have Kevin Holmes and Corey Christian. Kevin, we'll start with you. How good does it feel to bounce back now and be 4-1?
Feels great. It was a tough win. We worked real hard, and we just worked real hard, and it was a great win.
Talk to me about getting things done tonight offensively and defensively. Had a nice touchdown, but a nice interception as well. Just take us through both of those plays, if you would.
Well, we just decided we got going offensively and defensively, but we had to tighten up on defense, and I think we did a better job in the second half.
You guys have been characterized as both, more of a pass team, run team. What's the character of the team this year?
We're all a big family, and we love each other, and we just play hard.
Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Move on to Corey Christian. You guys are known for your big line, size, strength this year. Talk to me about the line and just kind of getting the job done tonight.
Really, we just had to come together as a team. We had to play like this as a family, so that's the only way we could win this game, and that's how we did it.
Maybe not as many points on the board as you would have liked tonight, but it's always good to get that win.
Yeah, definitely. After a hard loss last week, come back and get it this week.
At halftime, Coach mentioned wanting to get in the red, you're in the red zone. Yeah. He wants to score more. Is that something you'll work on this week?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Going in power eye and everything like that and really getting it up front. So that's what we're going to have to work on.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, thank you.
Okay, guys, back to you.
Thank you, Aaron. Good job by Corey Christian and his crew up front. Kevin Holmes with the big interception, a touchdown, and Jake Ryan doing his best at quarterback. I think proves something. He's a dual threat option now.
Yeah, I mean, he really kind of blossomed tonight running the football. He could throw it a little bit too. You know, he had 2 interceptions, but I think it was a very positive night for Jake Ryan, and Prep's got to feel good about getting a win. I mean, great effort from North Pocono, but Prep found the way.
Now, what do the Trojans do? Donnie Blaine came in. He played all the second half. You have Luke Fetter, the 4-year starter there. Decision time for Greg Dolan.
Well, I think all chips are in. The way he stayed with Blaine throughout the game. I mean, Blaine gave him a spark with the touchdown. So we'll see what Greg Dolan does going forward. Fetter's still very good on the defensive end, but maybe it'll Blaine's turn under center for North Pocono.
Okay, that's gonna do it from Valor Field here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Scranton. Our next telecast will be Tuesday, and we'll have men's college soccer as Summit University takes on Keystone College. Kickoff set for 7 p.m. Our next high school game will be next Friday, Mifflinburg and Selinsgrove at 7. So for the entire Fox 56 Sports crew, for Aaron Dugan, for John Mendola, this is Bob Ide saying so long. The final score once again, Prep 13, North Pocono 6.
This is a Fox 56 Sports presentation of high school football on MyTV WQMY.